Okay, guys, this is Michelle. I hope you guys are having a great day. I wanted to kind of do a follow-up video from the third video in my series. I'm going to make this the fourth video in my series. I was showing you how to edit some designs if you bought some from the internet and how to edit them. So I wanted to show you how to do it if you don't have the font. So I've already clicked to open this particular file, and so as you can see here, it says some layers might need to be updated before they can be used for vector-based output. Do you want to update these layers now? Yes, we do. But then it says, in addition, some text layers contain fonts that are missing. These layers will need to have the missing fonts replaced before they can be used for vector-based output. These layers will not be updated. Okay, so push update. Okay, so see this little exclamation point here? I'm only talking to my dog. The following fonts are missing for the text layer I'm only talking to. Cheddar Jack. For font substitution will occur. Continue. Well, we don't want to do that. We want to go find that font. So we're going to go look for Cheddar Jack. So I'm going to go ahead and push cancel. And then, so let's go to, there's two sites you can go to. There's 1001 free fonts. That's the first one. We'll go to both of them. But, so we're going to type in Cheddar Jack. Whoops, I spelled that wrong, sorry. Okay, and they have it. That looks the same, right? Yeah. Okay, so then you would just push download and you put it where you want. I put it in my downloads and then I push save, and then it's gonna stay right here, and then when it's done you click on it, and then you click on, there's only one file in this one, which is kind of weird. There's usually a couple different files. But you click on the TTF file, you double click it, and then it shows you what the font looks like, and then you push install. And then when you do that, it moves it from the downloads file, it moves it to the font file. So then it installs it on your computer correctly. So go ahead and close out of that, and then when we get back to Photoshop, I'll show you what to do to find your font. Okay, so then the other font site, just to show you really fast, is DaFont, if you guys don't know this. And then same thing, you can type in whatever font you're looking for, and they have it as well. So I could have downloaded it from here too. Either way, whatever you prefer. Most of the two different sites have the same fonts, but if you can't find it on one, you might be able to find it on the other. But then, you know, I mean, oh my God, there's millions of fonts. But then for like dafont.com, you can click on, it has these different things that you can look at. So like if you wanted Valentine's that's coming up, you can find these. And, you know, you just find the one you want. And then if you wanted to, you could, let's see, I love you. You can see what the font looks like in the words that you want to type out. So like if you had a particular phrase that you wanted to type, you can see what it looked like. So you can do that. Okay, so let's get back to here. So I've added Cheddar Jack. So let's go see if we can find it. And it's right here. Now, Photoshop didn't used to do this. You used to have to close out of Photoshop and go back into it. So if you download a font and you can't find it in your font list, just save your work, go, close out of Photoshop and then go back in. But I think they've changed it because now I haven't had any problems. Okay, so I did that, but this particular, let's see, I'm going to remove this background, and then, yeah, I'm probably going to have to remove all of these as well. Okay, and then it looks like okay, so we've got a couple different things going on here. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so that's the outline. I'm not sure why they did it that way, but that's what they did. Okay, so this one doesn't have anything on it as far as an outline. And then this one, let's delete the dog, and then there's that. Okay, so if we want to put the white back on, we're going to click over here on the right side of the layer that we want to edit. We're going to go to stroke. Make sure you have it selected as well, not just the checkbox. We're going to change the color. I'm going to go ahead and change it to this blue, just because, so you can see it, because you can't really see the white. So I'm just going to change it to the blue, or the teal. And I'm going to push OK. And then you can make this as big or small as you want. So we'll just kind of leave it. We'll just kind of leave it right there. Okay. And then I want this to match. I want the today to be the exact as this. So I'm going to left click on this, and I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to drag it up here. And that's just because I want to. You don't have to. It's just easier for me. Okay, then we're going to push the Alt button. So you're going to hold the Alt button. You're going to left click on this FX here, and you're going to click and drag up to the layer that you want to put the same border on, and then let go. Okay, so then that way they match. Now, and then we can do the same for my dog. We're going to do Alt. I'm going to drag it down to the layer where we want it. And then we can do the same for Leave Me Alone. Hold the Alt and drag. Okay? And then that's to make everything the same. If you didn't want it the same, like, you probably, let's just say you wanted to change it. That's fine. You can still push Alt, click and drag. But then you can go in here and edit it. So then you would click on the stroke. Say you want to make this one red. Okay, I'm going to show you how to fix that, because see, this is why This is why the Leave Me Alone didn't have a white border on it, because this is why. Okay, so I'm going to make this just a little, oh well, no. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that so you can still see that it has these mistakes in it. But I'm going to turn it red so that we can see it. Okay, so I'm going to push OK. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn everything off just so that we can see what's going on. So first I'm going to go to View, and I'm going to uncheck Extras so we can get rid of that line that's in the middle. And then on this little eyeball here, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to push Show Hide All Other Layers. And I'm going to click that, and then it turns off everything except for this layer here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and zoom in just so we can see what's going on here a little bit. Okay, so this, I guess this particular font has these little mistakes in it. Or it has these little black lines. So we're going to take our eraser tool. Okay, and then it's going to have a little, you can't do that sign. So it's going to ask us to raster size, and you probably shouldn't do that for t-shirt designs. Okay, let's just say that right now before I go forward, because I am going to raster size it. You probably don't want to do that, because if you size up and down, you're going to distort your image and it's not going to look good. But we have it the size we want, okay? So it's good. We're not going to resize it anymore. And plus, I'm doing this on the tutorial so you can just kind of see how to fix it. So if you didn't want to raster size this, I would just not put a border on it. That's what I would do. Okay, but let's go ahead and let's click it. This type layer must be raster sized before proceeding. Its text will no longer be editable. Raster size the type. So we're gonna just say yes. Okay, now see, my eraser is way too big. So we're gonna use the little brackets. It's right above, on mine, it's right above the enter, and it's the little brackets, and the left key makes it smaller and the right key makes it bigger. So you can just go up and down, up and down, up and down. If you can't find those buttons, you can go up here and then you can just slide this to whatever size you want. But the brackets are good because, let's click off of this. Whoops. Sorry about that. Because, okay, I don't know what just happened here. Let's see. Let's get this back. Okay, there we go. Because, see, I'm going to need this size for this letter, but then over here, this is way too big. So instead of having to mess with this, I can just use the little brackets, okay? And so then that's a little better. So I'm just going to take this and go like this. And then lower my bracket, and I'm probably going to zoom in because it is a little tiny there. That one might be okay because it does connect the two letters, but I'm just going to go ahead and erase that here. And I went a little too far, so we're going to go Control-Alt-Z. Okay. And then, okay. And then we'll go get this one over here. And see, I went a little too far, so I'm going to go Control-Alt-Z, and it takes you back to where, all right. And then we're going to get this one. and went a little too far again, and again. So, I mean, you just keep doing it until, you know, you get it right. A little too far. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so we took care of that. And so now we can, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to right click and show hide all other layers. Now it is going to turn off this layer. Oh, it didn't. Never mind. I think normally it does, but then at least I only have to click one layer versus clicking all of those layers. Okay, but I did have some of them turned off on purpose, so we'll just go back and turn those off. But you can turn them off and on, you know, one at a time or a few at a time. So, and then if you want to turn the effects off, you can just click this little eyeball down here. It leaves this one turns off the whole layer. This one down here just turns off the effects. And let's see, if I go here and move this down here, yeah, it turns it green again, or the teal. So it makes it the exact same again. So if you decide, oh, I don't want that one red, I want to put it back, you can do that. Or the other way, and I'll just show you really quick, is, excuse me. So you would copy this number right here. So you would right click, copy, or Control C, and then push OK, and then you would come over here, and it's the same color, but let's just pretend it's not. Then you would Control V, or right click and paste, whichever, and then you would push OK. So either way, I just wanted to show you both ways so that you would know how to do it. Because like if you're getting the number off of the RGB code, you know, this is the number that you want to type in. And then crop it, push the check mark, make sure it is the size that you want. The resolution, see, for me isn't correct, so I'm going to change that first. And then I don't know why it still says that it's missing, even because we added it, but I'm going to push OK all. Okay, so it made it a little bigger. Alt rollerball towards me to get it to zoom out. We're going to go to image and image size again, and 3100 is what I want in my particular click case. Okay, and so that's it. Do a save as, you want to do a PSD so that you can edit it, and then to upload it for a shirt or a printer or anything like that, you would want to do the PNG. The PNG saves this clear background. If you want to send it to a customer for approval, I would go ahead and reduce this resolution and go ahead and reduce the size. And one, you're doing it because it's going to be easier to email to your customer, but two, you don't really want to give your customer the highest quality. You want it to look good, but you know you want it to be easy to send through the email. So then you would do a save as, and you would do a JPEG. And that's what you would do. But when you do a JPEG, it's going to add a white background to it. So you don't want to save that for your shirt design. You would only want to save that to send it to your customer. And then, like I said, you would want to make it a little smaller but not for your t-shirt. So whatever designer or whatever manufacturer you're working with, they'll probably have a size for you. Like I said, the people I'm working with want 3200 by 2800, so that's what I kind of try to stick to. And you do want it to be as large as possible, because it's easier to make it smaller than it is to make it bigger. If you try to make it bigger, you could distort it, so you don't want to do that. So I think that's it for today, guys. Just a quick one. I wanted to show you how to install those fonts. And then we went over the stroke again really fast. I guess I could show you really fast some of these others. Like if you wanted to do a pattern overlay, you could do that. They have different ones in here. Or you could, oops, didn't mean to do that, sorry. Or you can, I believe, you can add your own. Okay, so let's turn that off. The gradient overlay, you can pick that. They have some in here, but these ones here are what you have down here. So let's say you wanted to do like from a light blue to a dark blue. You would set these two colors just like that, and then you would come over here and double click on the FX, and then you would go to gradient overlay. Let's turn that pattern off. It's going to default to this gray one, but then see how my colors are there? And then you can change this, and it'll change how it lays out. So then you just change this to however you want it, and then you can scale this up and down. See how it makes a little bit of difference here. Reset to default, and then just go back. Okay, and then you can click that and it'll go the opposite direction. Okay, and then okay, so this color overlay, I want to go over that really quick for a second. This leave me alone is no longer a text. See how this is text, and I can change this. Okay, we rasterized this leave me alone. So it's no longer text. So you can take your paint bucket and click on it and change the colors like this. But that's not what I would suggest. So another way to do it is to click on this, double click, and do a color overlay. And then you can pick whatever color you want. So if you wanted to change it, so you know, white or blue or whatever color, that's how you want to change the color. And then you can do that to other things. It doesn't necessarily, you know, like there was that picture of that dog. You can do it to that. It doesn't necessarily have to be text that you've rasterized, but anything actually. Okay, and then there's satin. Let's change the color on here so we can see. I'm not really seeing anything, so I don't really know what that does. Bevel and emboss. kind of see that it's, let me see here, hold on. Zoom in a little bit. Okay. You can kind of see it a little bit. Let's see if I can get it to show up a little bit better. See, so it added a little bit of texture there. Inner glow. Pick this, and then you just play with the, see it, noise. You just kind of play with these and see, you know, what you want. Outer glow, same thing. Inner shadow. I don't see anything on that one. Okay, and then drop shadow. We did this one, yeah, on the left. So you can kind of see, you know, how tight you want it, how opaque you want it, and change it to a different color just so you can kind of tell the contrast there. And then different angles, you know, so you just play around until you get it where you want it, you know, tight, far away, you know, whatever you want, different opacities, you know, you just experiment. Like I said, you just do whatever you want. Okay, so that's kind of how you do some of that. And I think that's it for today. If you guys have any questions or want to know how to do something in particular on a beginner's level, comment below and let me know. And please be sure to subscribe and click on the bell so you know when I upload. I'm going to try to upload weekly, if not twice a week. And hopefully you like my videos and you'll give me a thumbs up. All right, thanks guys, and have a great day.